Good afternoon, guys. Morning or night, whatever it may be. So, like our tradition we always do, we go spam the crazy spam on the spamaholics. And let everybody know that we are streaming. Spammity spam. Spammity spam. Let's spam some more. Let's go over here. Spamaholic here. Spam. Who just ding me? Oh. Okay. Spam. I think that's it. Okay, so let me scoot over to the camera. And yet again, I have to watch this in live. I love my hair today. Don't say anything. Bark! It's Quint. Hello, Quint. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna go over that here in a minute, Quint. So number one, when I logged on today and I got up, I said, I feel like I'm going to stream today. I feel very good, which I want to say, when I logged in my YouTube account, guys, I'm over 50 subscribers already. What? 50 subscribers. I started this at what, 30? That's like the most subscribers I've seen on my side. So, I want to give a shout out to everybody out there that is watching the stream, that comes to the stream quite often, Quint, or Saturn. I do want to say thank you guys very much for keeping me feeling like that I'm just not sitting here and doing nothing for fun. But it's fun nonetheless, so yay. But I get to share it with you guys. I know a few of the streamers actually have reached out, a few of the people who watch stream actually reached out to me and asked me what materials I use and stuff like that. And that's going to be a whole different episode. I'm actually probably going to record that one and go over all the wonderful topics of yay. But give me 1 second. I'm going to spam some more because I thought I can spam. Enter post. Okay, so I'm out there slapping Facebook around a little bit, so I'm having a little fun. So number one, thank you again for all the subscribers that have come to my channel, brand new subscribers. I also want to do a birthday shout out. It's my main man Jay's birthday today. I want to wish him a happy birthday. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there today. So here's another big thing. Internet, happy birthday, Jay. Yes. Second thing that we're going to go over is, as you can tell, there's a bunch of fur on the table behind me. Yep, that's right. It's fur day. Fur day. I'm excited. I've already been working on it a little bit. Kind of wanted to bring it to you and show you guys what I have to do with all the fur and everything. Yes, see what I'm up to? Well, that's fine. I understand that you're going to a birthday party. You better take pictures. But it's really cool that you guys are out there. You guys watch. It's really nice. I appreciate that. Real quick update about me. You guys probably might see only about an hour worth of stream today instead of my normal 2 hours. But I'll probably come back at night and stream some more. And the reasoning behind this is I've been sick as all heck. I gotta turn on my music again. Can't let it sleep. I've been sick really bad. Doctors haven't been able to figure it out. And last night I finally talked to a nurse that when they walked into my room, they kind of spotted signs and symptoms like that. Like they could have been a doctor, but they're a nurse right now. And I want to say thank you to that person, which I probably will individually. But I've been having really bad neck, head, and just major sickness issues. Today I feel much better, but I'm going to stick on my regimen that they suggested that I do. So that's why I'm only going to be streaming for about an hour, and then I will come back later tonight like I normally do and stream some more again. Really excited about that. Definitely check it out, hang out. Woo! But like I said, we got our fur behind us, and here's my other piece. I already started working on a few pieces, which are the inner ears. I've already sewn them together. Use a blanket stitch to sew them together. I've said that before. But you use a blanket stitch, sew them together, and then fur. And then I'm trying not to show you the other side. But got it all together. These are two different sizes, if you see. Two different ears, two different layouts. A lot of fun. But if you turn them around, I think they go this way. But if you turn them around, I already got the design put on them, which is an airbrush, just black paint. Looks really, really awesome. But these are the inside of the ears. They stay fluffy. We don't have to shave them, which is awesome. Fur in the mouth. So I just noticed I have string on my desk. Awesome. So we got that going on. And yeah, thanks, Quint. So we got that going on, and then I already got on to the fur, which is this giant tarp of white fur that I got. I thought I was going to use a lot more white fur than this, and I probably have enough white to do another fursuit. It's that insane. So I already got the head labeled out, which I don't know if my camera's going to pick up. There it goes. So I already got it labeled out. Fim? Yes, lots of Fim up here. We already got this labeled out. One thing, yet again, guys, protection's a big thing, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my little mask. And we're going to work on this. Hopefully this doesn't hurt my head too much. But you want to wear a mask when cutting fur or shaving fur, because a lot of fur particles go everywhere. And you want to prevent that from happening to yourself. Save it with white is a common color. Yes, it is, and don't worry, I will be saving it. Probably be using it, to be honest. Okay, so I already got it pretty much laid out. Like I said, and all you do, hold on real quick. All you have to do is you take your duct tape template that I showed you last episode at the very end. You just take that and literally lay it on, color, draw it out. But you always want to make sure your arrows that you put down on your fur, your arrow is always going towards the direction of the fur. Right now, the direction is going towards me. It's an easy way to see it. And it's just going towards me. And what I'm going to do here right now, always save these until you're done. Yet again, always save these until you're done. At the very end, what you're going to want to do, you get everything labeled out. You want to keep your mask on. And you want to give yourself about a 5/8 of an inch, I guess, of what they call seam allowance. You can do it that way. I like to get close. It's about, not too close. Hold on, I'll actually get a ruler for you guys. It's about a centimeter. About a centimeter's worth of room that I like to save. But what I'm doing is I'm slowly trimming it out. Oops. That's alright. I'm slowly trimming it out as I go along to save as much fur as possible for future projects, but also giving me enough fur that I don't have to go back and do this again. Which, if we do, it's not a big deal. Okay, so I got my big old piece cut out here. Let me guess. Birthday? Really? No way. So I got my piece cut out. And this is literally all we're going to use to fur a head. Maybe if I actually wrap it around my head, you'll actually see it cover my head. Fur everywhere. That's one thing I don't like doing is getting too close to it right off the bat. But I always try to keep the fur, the fur particles down and stuff like that. At the very end, I'll show you what I do, but I'll mention it right now, just in case I forget to show you guys. What I do is after I do all the shaving, all the fur, I get the head all done. I literally take the head, I take a vacuum cleaner, and I suck it dry. I clean out the eyes, around the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and then I flip it inside out, and then I suck out the entire inside. That way, whatever other fur's left over is just going to gently fall off, but I use a vacuum cleaner. I go cray-crays. I hear my phone blowing up, but my thing's not matching. Birthday party. Oh. Okay. So, yeah, I really wish I could make it, but I couldn't. But yeah, I take a vacuum cleaner and I suck all the fur, everything that could possibly come off during the time from shaving, stuff that's loose. So I'll try to show you that, guys. Just remind me. But we'll get our music started. We'll get cutting. And you want to use the back, and you want to do short little kind of snips, because you don't want it to cut all the fur all the way through. There are different ways to do this. A lot of people will try to do like a razor blade method, which you just literally cut the back with a sharp razor blade. It's all good. Oh, my phone's going off. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry about that, guys. I hate when I get phone calls while I'm live streaming, but it's kind of like, oh, okay, I know it's going to be quick. If you guys are doing furring inside the house like I am, I'm in my wonderful big space here. If you guys are doing this, try to be mindful if you live at home type of deal or other people around you. Try not to make, do this while they're around or stuff like that. Just, your general rules of caution. And then this causes a big mess. So make sure to clean up when you're done, okay? That's what I'm going to say. Which reminds me I need to clean up. Ba-ding! Ba-ding! Hi, Jessica! Welcome to the stream. Yes, fur does go everywhere. Another big reason why I keep a trash can right next to me. Your small scrap pieces that you can't really do anything with. When you have these scraps and stuff like that, you can't use it. The bigger pieces hold on to, of course, but if you put a trash bag next to your table like I do, or a trash can, you could just slide them off right in. Oh. Fur in the eye. You just push it off. Go from there. I can move my head. Oh, I feel great. Also, guys, I don't know if you see what type of scissors I'm using. These scissors are awesome. They're spring-loaded. It helps on your wrist and your hand and stuff like that. They're also very, very, very sharp. They're called Frisks. The only thing is don't cut anything like hot glue with these because you'll start chipping the blade and stuff like that. And fur in the eye again. This is the scissor I like preferably because I got a bad hand as it is. So let's see what other stuff. I have several needles because somehow I lose needles in the process. Like sewing needles. They're probably somewhere. I'm not worried. If you find them in your fursuit head, you get bonus points. They're brownie needles. Just teasing. Okay, so that's as quick as it takes me to cut fur. After everything's laid out and stuff like that, then it gets a lot easier. So, yet again, my trash bag of goodiness. I just open her up, slide all my pieces in that I don't need anymore. Boom, just like that. All the fur that I just threw away is very small in fabric. Is small in fabric. That way, like if I have big scraps, I'm going to put them in a box. I'm going to try to save them for another thing. Which I got a box on the other side of the table with that. And then just put everything through. Always make sure your fur goes in the proper direction, though. That's the biggest thing. And it will show up on a head when you're trying to do all this work. So, moving right along. Alright. Actually, I feel like I keep getting fur in my mouth. So we got all this going on. The first piece I want to find is the bridge of the nose. It's the very first piece. What I personally like to do as well. Let me go ahead and get up here. So what I do is I get the head, and I always look for the bridge piece. This is my very first piece where like the focal point hits. So I'm gonna set this aside here. So I'm gonna look for the bridge. It's an earpiece that's face, top, back, which goes right there. And what I try to do, normally with foam bases, you can take needles, put everything on where it goes type of deal, just kind of put it in place and then pull a piece off as you go. I like doing that. But with the plastic bases we use from Fuzzbutt, there it is. From Fuzzbutt Fursuits, they're plastic. You can't put a needle through it. So yeah, ear. We're gonna take all of our earpieces and just throw them off to the side, because they're just gonna kind of get in the way right now. For how much fur that I just cut, I'm surprised there's so much in my mouth. Okay, here's the bridge or the bird. Yet again, fur direction is always important, so that just tells me, you know, it goes this way. And then what I do from there, jaw, Right jaw, left jaw. So here's the jaws. We're gonna move that to the side. And that literally leaves us kind of this. That's pretty much it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a piece. Top of the head, bridge, between ears, nose left, nose right. All right. Nose left, nose right. So I'm thinking that they go this way. Okay, so here's an example of when I just have a brain fart and I forget where a piece goes. Not only is it labeled, but if I just don't know how I'm putting it together, I can always go back and look at a piece of duct tape. So I'm going to take this. This says it's left nose. So I put the duct tape piece back on. And as you can see, this kind of gives me an indicator of where this piece goes. So now if I take the bridge, which is this piece here, and I put it right at the top of the nose, I can know that it attaches at this very end right here, right above the nose, and this goes below the nose. So really cool how once you start putting it together, it gets easier. Well, less pieces to pick from too. But what I like about it, or from an experience I've had, I want to say out to the new makers, always keep your duct tape pieces, especially if you're using a foam base. It's just easier to start pinning everything into place. But as you label everything, label it the best you can, which, you know, the fur direction's always going to kind of tell you where to go, what to do. So it helps along, but it becomes also very overwhelming, is what I'm trying to spit out here. With it being so overwhelming, just keep those pieces. It's like putting a puzzle back together. A good song. Not one of my faves, but it's a good song. What I'm doing is just easy blanket stitch. Making sure to get right along that seam allowance. Don't bite off too much or too little. And bada bing, bada boom. Oops. So then what I'm going to do at this point, after sewing this, I like shaving as I go. It's tremendously helpful. If you shave before you sew, it's even better. But I shave as I go. So let's get our shaver. We got our mask on. Got our oil. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is around the nose, around the muzzle, around the top of the eyes are all supposed to be very, very short fur. So one of the things that I want to do is make sure this is short, not too short. I can always go back and shave just a little bit, blend it all, and go from there. But no mustaches. Sorry, Saturn. I gave Saturn a mustache, apparently. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing a very low, even shave. I try not to bite off too much because if you shave too much, it's very bad. And then you got to go back and redo it all. But this is all I'm doing is I'm just literally running the flat side of the shaver against the fur. Just letting gravity kind of hold it there, not pushing down too hard. So we got a nice thin layer there. Oop, put your mask on. Get a nice shave over the seam. Gotta be nice and gentle. Okay. Fur in the eye again. I have fur on the mask, which is getting in my eye. It's great. Okay, so the other thing that we want to do as we go along, so I'm going to look carefully. Here it is. You always want to brush your fur as you're going along, and one of the things that you guys are going to see me do is I'm going to actually trim the edges of this fur, the long pieces that are sticking out, because I want to get rid of all that excess, like this part here. You always want to leave just a little bit to cover your seams type of deal. But I'm doing it this way just to, one, test the theory, two, make it look much nicer. Doing it from the back side would also help. Because that shows you what's long, what's not. Yet again, take your extra fur, cut it away. Brush it out real quick. Brush it, brush it, brush it. And then you get a nice flat piece of fur. Just like that. So, bada boom. Okay, so another piece that we gotta go for is that bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a marker and I'm going to just kind of give it some light marks on the back side just to indicate where I need to sew, where the pieces kind of flow together. Got that. So now we're gonna find the bridge, wherever that went again. Birdie. Okay, and now I'm going to shave this to match that. Or at least the best I can. You want to do your best to kind of shave in the direction of your fur travel. You don't ever want to go against the grain, because then you might cut off too much or too little, or yeah. It's just easy to go with, but it's kind of hard when you got to hold on to it and shave at the same time. And I think that's going to be good. Flip it over. Stand up, hands low, joy. Okay, so there is the bridge of the nose. Nice, flat, easy. Camera focus. Nice and easy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this onto the nose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it on both sides. I'm going to try my best to flip it over. And then we're going to just shave about, or not shave, sew about an inch onto that. So let's go ahead and grab the needle. Okay, there's that part there. So another thing what you guys want to do is every time I finish sewing and I cut, I always put my knot right back in it so I don't lose my thread, number one. So that way it's ready to go when you're ready to sew type of deal. Weep. Okay, and then, well, I have it kind of pinned before I sew it all the way down. Yep, that looks good. I line it up on the nose, because I always start from the nose and I work my way back up to the ears type of deal. When a lot of the heads are single colors, technically this one's not single color because of the ears, but overall it's all white. It's really simple to sew because it's a lot of big pieces, as you see. So, and when I do my needlework, when I get to the end, I go back another sew, so I'm kind of like going over it twice. And I lock it in, I sew or knot it up, and then I cut it. That way it gives it a little bit of extra strength. It's kind of funny how I said I'm only going to stream an hour today. We're at 44 minutes of streaming. So with that said, my head's starting to get light is what I'm trying to say. So we'll have to see how far we can get here. Because I want to get some progress done on it before I take a time out myself. But there you go. That covers the nose. Glue's gonna when we glue this down, it's gonna define that nose a lot easier. So yeah. So we're gonna grab the right side here. So our next piece is going to be right side. Yet again, keep your pieces. Keep your pieces. It helps you. You could just lay it on there and know exactly where it goes. Top of head. Aha! That's my piece I was thinking of. Okay, cool. Sorry. Thought of a piece at the last minute. Normally I split the top. This time I didn't split the top at all. I literally just kind of made it all one piece. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Behind ears. Top of back right. Here we are. So we're going to take right side here. We got a little extra going for us, because you got to remember the moving jaw needs a little bit. Hi Jay, I see him. Birthday boy's in the stream. Kind of looking at this right now, guys. We're gonna have to carve this down just a bit to go around the eye. I'll look in 2 seconds, guys. I see some movement over there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get a marker. You're welcome. Sorry I can't be there today. Okay, so basically what I just did now is I made a few marks on the backside, so I know kind of the position I'm going to be working on it. So with how this bunny's laid out, there's a little bit of back floof instead of all shaved head type of deal. So I'm gonna only shave this about halfway, and then go from there. Ba-ding! Ba-ding! More ba-dings! I'll look here in a minute. I don't like to stop shaving mid-shave. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna give it a nice close shave, not too much. And then we want to kind of fade it into the other back half of it. Yet again, I forgot my mask, sorry. Alright. Who's bedinging me? Okay. Oh, wow. We're 3 people. Oh, that's right. Jay came in. I like watching my stats as I go. Oh my god, we have 4 people watching me now. Oh! Okay. So let's throw this away. Alright, and now, yet again, we're going to trim our pieces here. Okay. So that's actually a really good shave job. Okay, so yet again, I'm gonna pinch it, flip it. And that's right in the spot that I have marked. Perfect. A lot of the times, if you pattern this right, and you can literally work on labeling it correctly. You can put it back. You can put it back together backwards. So yet again, just grabbing some furs, sewing, fur, sewing, fur, sewing. Always go back. And we're good there. That quick. Bing! Alright, so let's grab some different music here. I mean, music's good, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna do my mixtape. Mixtape. The Woo Monster. Alright. So, move my needle again. It's starting to get kind of dark outside. Not for sure what's going on. Maybe storm coming in. So, take it back up. Lay it out. We might have to trim this up a little bit even more. Like I added too much girth to the mouth. Gonna have to look at that when we start putting it together. Yet again, gotta get my stuff laid out to how I want it. Alright. So I guess what we'll do next is we'll do the top of the head. And I think this is going to be my last piece for just a little bit. We'll come back with a later stream. We are at our hour mark coming up here. So I'm going to shave this down like I did with this piece here. I want to stop about halfway. Actually, you know what? We could shave this entire piece and be okay. So we're going to do that. We're going to... Might help with... Know where my shaver is. Ugh. Ooh. I need a screwdriver. Oh, it's over here. Some odd reason, my guard came loose. That's always an interesting combination there. Okay, turn it back on. Wiggle it. Alright. Alright, so we got that done. Time to trim her up. Give it a quick brush. So all the loose pieces that I don't have to worry about are gone. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Take all my pieces. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this here. Kind of bring it down a little bit. Clean my brush. All the fur you can pick up, the better. Because you pick up your furs as you go along. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pin or a clip. I love these clips. And I'm going to just pinch where I want it pinched because we got two different spots we're going to be focusing on. And then I'm going to pinch the other spot. And we're going to sew it together. If you can't tell, this is just kind of like a rinse, lather, repeat type of method, guys. But we're gonna work on this today together. So you guys can actually see the method behind the madness here. And as I'm sewing on the back, I'm kind of making I'm kind of pinching the two together before I put my needle through it. So it's kind of giving it that, that raised lip, kind of making the seam disappear. You just don't want to do too much or you're going to throw off your measurements. In your head, someday, 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 hey, hey. Okay. Able to finish that. Let's string it up one more time. Sorry I'm getting quiet, guys. I gotta focus. I did get asked one time what type of thread I use. I like personally using upholstery thread. It has a tougher string. Like you take regular like thread and you can pull it apart with your hands. You take upholstery thread, it's very hard to pull apart with your hands. That is why I choose it, because it's more durable in my opinion. Easy to work with, I guess. A little bit more expensive, but like I said, I like personally working with it because I know my thread work is gonna hold up a lot easier. Bam. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this second part that's being held together by the clip, and I'm gonna take a needle in and just start kind of working it until I can get to the clip, and then I'm gonna kick the clip out from underneath. Stuff that's gonna catch onto your string, just kind of like push out of your way, because there's a lot going on here at the table. Okay, so now I'm going to kick out that clip so I have some room to play with this. When you do your needlework and stuff like that, guys, when you're doing that needlework, you want your thread to kind of match the color you're working with, or it's going to kind of stand out. So in other words, as I'm here working on white, I don't want to use a black thread, gray thread. You know, I'll use like a natural thread, a clear thread, or in this case right now, I'm using white on white. It does make it a little harder to see what I'm doing, but it's all right. All right. So, throw the face on. Yet again, a lot of glue is gonna, work here. We're gonna have to work on gluing it. to give us all the spots that I'm seeing here up close type of deal. Brushing will also get rid of a lot of those effects. Pulling on the nose here. Sorry guys, give me a sec. Stay up. So, with that said, like I said, we're gonna have to work with glue, get pieces to stay in their appropriate spots, which I might do as we go along here, and then just sew it all together. But looking at, it's not gonna work that way. So there we go with the front half of the bunny. The head's done, or the top of the head's done. You got the fur all around the white, and then you got the back side with the side floof. Lower jaw's easy. That's just two pieces of fur put together. So easy, easy there. We got this side. We're gonna sew the left side on, get that on, and then I'm gonna keep creeping along the back here until I get to the back piece. Then I'll work up the ear. Is normally how I sew it, and then before I start working on the ears, I start gluing the face, so I can get the glue to settle. I normally try to give it 24 hours before I go yanking, tugging on it, and doing the vacuum and everything. So, but that's where we are now. We're getting pretty close to calling this bunny done. Probably about another hour worth of sewing, easy, maybe 2, and then we're gonna work on the fine details. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna come back. Probably when I get to the ears, I'll come back. But I'm gonna go ahead and end my live stream here. I'm gonna go take 5 myself. Head's kind of swimming, and go from there. Like I said, this is just a start. It's just to show kind of the process, and then we'll come back. I'll show you how I put the ears together and everything. But overall, it's coming out really good. I'm excited. And the shave with this white fur this time around is going very, very well. So I'm very excited. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Come back later tonight. Like my normal stream time is about 4 o'clock Arizona time. Kind of like right before dinner or during dinner. But about 4 o'clock, I'll jump back on again. We'll do this all over. And then I'll show you how far we can get from there. And hopefully get to the back and find my back template wherever it is on my beautiful desk of awesomeness. Find the back template, get that on, get the back together and start working on the neck, and hopefully finish it by tonight. So very excited about that, but we still got details, trimming, stuff like that, very fine detail work that we're going to use the small X-Acto knife for. So come back tonight for round 2. I'll see you guys soon.